I was born after it happened, but we all know what we call it, the shattering. Billions gone in an instant, oceans poisoned, the skies burned red for a whole generation. Earth, our cradle, the place we began, had become a graveyard for what we once were. But somehow, from the ashes, we kept going. We retreated underground, into old bunkers, into places that had been forgotten. Children, like me, grew up in the dark, raised by candlelight, with stories of what we had lost. And always, in the back of our minds, one fragile hope lingered. One day the stars will know us again. We heard stories that before the shattering, we had reached the stars. We had colonized other worlds, fought wars, and built empires. But when humanity fractured, when our allies turned against us and our enemies struck from every corner, all of that was destroyed. That's when we sent the seed, the reclaimer seed. It was born of love, yes, but also out of desperation. We sent it into the stars with a single purpose. Go, save what you can, heal what's broken. It left without us, without a word back. And Earth, we never heard from it again. Not a signal, not a whisper, nothing. But over time, even in silence, we couldn't let it go. Generations passed and people began giving it names, titles drawn from old languages, ancient myths. Each name carried a hope, a prayer, but one name endured above the rest, Aurora. The word meant dawn, a new beginning, because we believed, we needed to believe, that the reclaimer would bring us back into the light. Centuries passed, and we rebuilt. We were isolated, but we did what we could with what we had left. The technology that had been destroyed, we rediscovered it, bit by bit. Cities grew, though we lived with the scars of the past hanging over us. We watched alien fleets pass overhead. We never called out. We were too afraid, too alone to be noticed. And then, after all those years of silence, the stars turned violent once again. A new force, powerful, merciless, came to finish what others had started. In that desperate moment, we did the unthinkable. We sent out a signal, a call, a prayer, not to gods, but to Aurora. We didn't know if it was still alive, still out there. We didn't know if it had even succeeded. But what we did know was that if we were to be saved, it would be by those who still carry the spark of humanity. We had lost so much, but we still had hope.